So basically, I always look for ways, or I try to look for ways, or here go a better way to say it. I believe I'll look for ways to improve myself. Sometimes it's beneficial to me and essential, and sometimes it's not. And I don't know why I blink my eyes like that either. I don't know why I do that. Like that, I don't know. Being real, sometimes I see somebody that do something funny, and I'll imitate it. I've been doing it all my life. I'll do it unconsciously, subconsciously. Anyway, that was not what I pressed record for. But sometimes you need a backstory or another story before the present story. I don't know. Anyway, see, I blinked. Anyway, so I found me a new way, and basically, I'm going to, instead of, lashing back out at my wife, because I just know that I have an anger management problem. I either have an anger management problem or my wife is the problem. Because I don't really do too much to nobody else as far as with anger except her or her branches. Because I just feel like her branches act like her. So, I can be wrong. I'm not afraid to be wrong because I'm trying to get right. Anyway, so my plan is to just be going here and put it on YouTube. She don't look at it anyway. So how could she even get mad at the things that I'm saying? She don't even know. So now everybody be happy. I got my thoughts out. You understand what I'm saying? Clear, cut, precise. Well, not really precise, but something happened, video it, boom, put it on YouTube. You got it off your chest, boom. So now, I'm going to put her on block. I got to. I just, it's just little instances. Like, I seen both of us do this. Okay. Derek, you're wrong. Here's why you're wrong. So, that will, in effect, turn around and make me chase to her, run to her. I just literally just seen this. Like, I put her on block, right? I really literally put her on block because I was just on some, the things that we was going through. I just don't feel that my words is penetrating her. So on the whole, that's just what it really basically is. So on the whole, if it ain't penetrating you, you ain't listening to me, you ain't respecting me, why should I say anything? If every time I'm saying something, we arguing and screaming and yelling, and you're accusing me of yelling, I'm like, okay, you should be all right with me not saying anything to you then. Although, we can't have a decent conversation like you wanted. At the same time, you're not getting rah. So I'm thinking, as a compromise, that no communication unless it's necessary, and no emotional conversation, no, nothing like that. And everything been fine. Everything been fine with my book. Like, I ain't yell or anything like that. So anyway, I made the decision that, I was going to block her from everything and everything like that. And I said, I need you. I took off block. She said, please take me off block. I took off block, and I left her a message. In the message, I stated why I wanted it on block. I don't want no, especially no emotional thing over text and whatnot. Takes away. I even said it to her, too. I believe. But I know I said it. I know I either said it to her in a message or I said it to her on the phone. So before you send me a message, a text message, listen to that message. That's what I said. Through the whole day. Now, one of my things was, we just respect me. And, just don't say nothing to me. Just let me get my thoughts cleared. I explained why I wanted to do it. Why I got like 5 or 6 texts. I can't tell you the amount because when the texts come, I just erase them because I know I'll read some of it and I'll be like, yo, you can't pierce through anyone if you're telling them where they wrong. And that's the thing. She's not going to hear that or understand that because the thing with both of us is, which I'm trying to break that cycle is, I tell you what you did wrong. Now the other one has to turn around and chase. So she turns around last night and sends me a text about some things I'm liking on Instagram and things like that, telling me where I'm doing wrong. That's the only thing I seen in that. I just erased it, put it on block, took off block, put it on block, took off block. Came downstairs this morning and basically, you know, first I came upstairs to do my homework. Then I turned around and I said, okay, I read the Bible, because my thing is, you're trying to live it your way. Your way ain't working. The way, the real way to go is God. So if things happen, you trying to do it your own way, that don't work. You know what? Go read the Bible. Bible will tell you what to do. You live by that. I read the Bible. The Bible told me to go downstairs because we were looking at something in the middle of the night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. We was looking at marriage boot camp and whatnot, and they was talking about forgiving people from your past, forgiving your partner, and everything like that. So I didn't really quite understand the thing about forgiving and how do you forgive without forgetting, all that. I didn't understand that. So I came downstairs and I started talking to her about that, because that's what God had told me to do. But to try to get to the point of, because it was talking about things that you haven't got over. And already when I started talking about, you know, forgiving, like I mentioned my mother, forgiving my mother, it was just one thing, but there's more things that I have to forgive her on. But this certain thing, like she chose my stepfather over me. It's not really a big deal, but that instant was a big deal when she chose my stepfather over me. So as I started talking about it, she's shaking her head. So I'm sitting up there like, well, I'm like, all right. I mentioned my baby mother, mentioned my brother. Both of them shook her head. So then I went into mentioning what happened last year, because I was bringing them all together. But what I was really saying was, those people chose other people besides me. So now what I was trying to get to, now I see my wife doing the same thing. How you think that, that's what I was trying to get across. How do you think that I'm going to react off of that? Before I could even get my point across, she's sitting there, as soon as I mentioned something about last year, she started shaking her head. So I had to tell her, like, yo, how can we have a decent conversation? You're not understanding. I'm looking at my problem as big. When you shaking your head, you done decreased it that way. How could we have a conversation from that? I said, you know what? I'm going to leave because I feel myself about to get loud, because that was the agreement. Can we talk without getting loud? I felt myself about to get loud. I came upstairs. Here's a way for her to get control. And I want to know, I'm going to look within myself to try to find out, am I now still doing this same cycle? So she turns around and says, I don't want this no more. I started to text her, want what? With a question mark. But I turned around and I put her on block. Now, my question is for myself, is by me putting her on block, am I trying to make her come back to me? I really, honestly, do not want this anymore. And when I'm talking about this yelling and arguing and screaming, I don't want that. So whatever I got to do to not have that, that's what I'm going to do. If that's putting her on block, then that's what I'm going to do. Sending it to YouTube.